Hi. I just said that you are using Windows PC, so you have to open or start a command prompt. So just go to start, right, or go to any folder, just like my D drive. I'm creating a folder as it is my course folder. So I'm going to run CMD or command prompt for accessing this folder and installing all the files Django CMS in this folder. So to do this, go to address bar and write CMD. You can see that it's on D drive and your course folder. So now you have to create a folder in this inside this and now you have to create an virtual environment. You have to create an environment for Python and for Django or Python to run. So to do this, you have to use this command mk env space your environment virtual environment name that was on your PDF project VENV, but it's already installed on my PC, so I'm going to use another. Then enter. If there is a Python installed, if Python is installed on this PC, so then it will do its work and it will execute all these things, or it will create the virtual environment named Romili now on my PC, and then I will install the projects that it will work. We have to wait for some time. By the time, I'm going to copy and paste the project folder that I have created for you, and that's on this folder. This is the project folder, so I'm going to copy this to copy and paste it here. And if the environment is activated while installed and default it's activated, so if it's activated, we will enter into the project folder. Then we will install all the requirements, all the plugins or modules that we have set for the project, and we have installed for the project. We worked for the project, so, and then it will work. Okay. Now you can see the virtual environment already activated. So virtual environment is already activated, and I'm going to change my directory to project folder or enter into the project folder cd this directory you have all the files that you needed, but you don't have any environment file, environment settings. So that's why you all the project files and the modules, all those modules, everything that we install from external sources, that all installed into virtual environment. That's why we have to create, we have to make, or we have to install a virtual environment and activate also. Now we are going to install by requirements.txt that I have sent you with project file, project folder. You can see here the modules, module names, and plugin names, and the other things I have used for the project. So I have to run this. I have to run this from requirements.txt. Then all the modules will be installed. Now run these commands: pip install -r require. Just write down this command and then enter. You will see all the modules will be installed, and then you can run. If you all have already done writing this command, then I'm going to enter. No, see this. Collecting L-train app hooks and collecting other files from requirements.txt to this virtual environment. Virtual environment is needed because all the files, all these module files is installed in this in virtual environment, and you have to install all these things to run this project. If you don't run this on uh, don't use this command and don't install all these modules, then the project will get bugs for you. We have to wait for some time and until all the modules are installed. If you don't get this, I will send you the YouTube video link so that you can view this video again and install your project. On MacBook, you can use any specific folder to install virtual environment, but on Windows it's not possible now. So that's why the virtual environment is will be installed in folder, users, then username, then envs. Now you can see this is your environment folder. Here you can see scripts. All all the files will be installed in these scripts, all the exe files and DLL files that we are needed. So you can see installed collected packages, all the package names, and then we are going to run the server. we, now we are waiting for the final executions, and then we will run the server.
Nice one.
Okay, now we have successfully installed all the packages, and then I'm going to run the server. If it's all worked fine, then it will show some URL of HTTP address. So to this, we have to use this command python. Command is used for running any Python server, running any server for Python to execute the application on if it's an web server, if it's an website, so it will run on the browser. And then I'm going to press the enter, then execute. If all's going good, then it will show us some URL, and we'll browse that. For any application, you have to use this command. For any application of Python, you have to use this command python manage.py, then run server. Now we are waiting for. Okay. Then you can see warning. So dot warn or registered Apple. This is not my system. In check identified, no issues, zero silence. So yeah, our database is okay, and the system has no issues. Then we are going to run. We are going to browse this. This is gonna be our website now, and this. Okay, something is missing here, and I have to edit. Okay, but something is missing here. Then I have to go to this file, and some edit is needed. Then this is Romilly, then site Romilly leave site packages, Romilly leave site packages. Then us.html. I'm going to use brackets to some modification for in this file. The file say this is saying that the thumbnail is kind of a tag. There is a syntax mismatching, and the thumbnail box not closed. So invalid bug tag on line 21 and with expected empty or and thumbnail. So on line 21, I'm going to this is done, and this is all done because the command has installed something new from the server from and that you have already saw installing from a newer real version. for this, and this has been changed, and this is gonna be changed again now. Let's see. Some packages as latest packages has been installed, so some bugs can be found. That's not delivery. You have to edit something like this, and follow this video again, so that I didn't create any logo. I have installed. I have downloaded some logo and set on this at this place, and this is your site. Well, if you want to change something and you want to access the admin panel, then this is admin panel. I've not done so many things as for any clients. That's because it's a project and you have to show something to your tutors, and it must be quite simple, and it's all according to your PDF and that you sent. And now here you can see there is admin, and I have already into the admin panel, and it's logged in. So and from the cache, it's logout admin. You can go to this and then browse all these things. Now on you are on this website as admin. You can modify home page. This is home page. If you want to modify anything in home page, then you can go through this. You have row, column. Have you used Visual Composer in WordPress? If you have used Visual Composer or any other page builder or any other page building website like Wix or Shopify, anything like that, so you will see something like that. The page building options, you have content, you have footer. These two sections have been built, and this two sections has been built on the HTML file, and these sections is called content, and this section is called footer, and footer is all footer is set as static block for all the template, all the HTML file or all the views. So if you want to edit home, then click on the home, then go to this, or then you can anything, and you can add any rows. If you want to add any rows, then you have to click on this. Just click on this, then you can use anything, row, text field, anything you want to add, and it will be set here. If you want to set anything from the bottom line to the top, then you can drag and drop. Now, after home, contact roaming is this is another page where you can find your you have a contact form, and this contact form is small, and this contact form is built smaller than other forms in other pages. contact me. This is contact form, and you can see on the poll. I have added a poll, and that was recorded in your assignment. If you want to edit this page, and then you have to go to this bar toggle structure. I mean, then toggle these things, and you can edit all these things in content. I have saved this image here, then other things, the image is set here, and then the stakes and the rows and the columns, you can use anything like any page builder. Then in about, you can see here is the contact form. This is another contact form in this page, and I followed one of the finest marriage celebrant, one of the finest celebrant of Australia, Louise. In her website, I have seen something like this. In all pages, she built the contact form, and this is a business policy for her. Then FAQ has two questions to put. Then ceremonies have done nothing, and there must have something weddings and FAQ. Then login. This is the login for admin panel or any other users, for any other users. If you want to add any page, you can go to this create new page, create put something on this title. If I want to create something like save and continue editing. Save and continue. If I want to use any menu that to be saved, that's why we have to use advanced settings, and then you can call any URL. You can call any URL in this page. If you want to go through this URL, you can. This page will be called. So it's up to you. Now I'm going to use the template, and there is two template. One full white, that is a default from django-cms, and home is built. But I have built the home template, and for all other pages, I'm going to use full white. If I'm going to use any other template, if I have to use a different type of template for different type of pages, we have to build all these templates in HTML and have to call in settings.py. And then I'm going to use template for full white, and then I think if I want to use login for or any forms, any news blog, or people, or anything, or any search word, then I can hook them up with this page. I'm not going to use all these things, and I'm going to save this. Now you can see this. This is not yet to be published for the public. This is not published, and so if you want to publish this, you have to publish page now, or you can add something in the content. Then row, I'm going to use row for this row will have one column, and one column call axis, and you might have knowledge of Bootstrap. So I'm going to use call axis for 12 calls and 12 call in the 100%. I'm going to build a row that is for one column where I'm going to put an image. Save, then column, can add something. Yeah, I'm going to add something from this. Choose file. If you want to choose any image from this, you can. Now not going to use. I'm not going to upload any other file, new file. So I'm going to use an existing file here from here, and then use original image, then save. If I want to change something from this aspect ratio or any shape, then you can use all this class selector. If you want to use any other css or something, then you have to go through this classes. You have to call some class, bootstrap class or any other thing, and you have to put this class selector or any id selector, then save. Okay, you can see this. I've set an image here, and this is not a very large image. This is all I have to show. I had to show you, and now I'm going to publish this page. Then okay, this is all I've done. So if I want to go to edit mode, then click on the edit and select the page. Select any page, then edit the page from the content section, or in the content section. If I want to build some other sections like as content, then you have to create it on home template or full white template. That's all. Maybe it's gonna help you. Is it okay? You can send me a message on Facebook if it's gonna be okay for you. If you want to see the video again, then I'm sending you this. I hope it's gonna be okay. I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and you can see the video again and again, and if you want to, and then install properly. I think if your Python is installed properly, then yeah, you have to follow this. Okay, thank you. And if anything you need, you can just ping me on Facebook. Thank you.